There's a budding sports team here in Montana. It's been around for a while, but it's not an established power like the Montana Grizzlies or Montana State Bobcats. Some are professionals, but they aren't members of the Pioneer League baseball teams in Montana either. They're fighters of all backgrounds from the Dogpound Fight Team in Missoula, and their team is growing as they look to put mixed martial arts back on the map here in the Treasure State.
Our team's different. We're different. We're not here to play. We're here to fight.
I think it's just the toughness, the shows we can put on, just the natural ability to fight. We come from a tough place. I think Montana is one of the toughest states. I think it's just natural.
You get this weird, blissful sense of putting it all on the line. You know, win, lose, or draw, you're putting it all on the line, and it's just this weird, almost euphoria.
You have to be wired a certain way. We look at it as we have a job. Our job is to go in and inflict as much damage as possible.
Fighters and fighting is different. It takes a unique mentality to know you're stepping into a ring or cage to willingly fight another human being.
The reason why we've found success in fighting is because we do things a lot different than a lot of other places. We do have a smaller group, but everybody on the mat, they're not all looking necessarily to be a fighter, but they're all looking to learn how to fight.
Matt Power started the Dogpound Fight Team in Oregon in the early 2000s. After moving to Missoula, he revamped the team to have people to compete against, but the game has since changed drastically.
Back when I was younger and fighting, we didn't have the athletes they do today. They would tape off a square in an armory, you know, and you could tape your wrists, and it essentially was just a fist fight. But you'd fight 3 or 4 times and make less money than it cost you in gas to get there.
As organizations like the UFC became prevalent, Power saw an influx in fighters in Montana wanting to give mixed martial arts a shot.
Bam, boom, come out of that pocket. Whole body, boom. Yes.
At its height, Dogpound sported 30 pro fighters, but numbers dwindled after Power suffered an injury. But a new inspiration would soon appear: his son.
And I've just been on the mats, just watching him, you know, and he's been a huge role model in my life. And so I kind of, without knowing it, you know, I kind of started to emulate him. And then, yeah, I just pretty much evolved into the sport. I mean, I don't think I had an option, really. Just kind of led me to it, but I love this sport.
Go ahead, throw a kick. I'm going to fall forward into it. He's made it interesting because he showed me a different way to fight. The thought of him standing in front of somebody getting hit, I'm a father. That's not appealing. But the way he moves and the way that he flows made me realize that you can fight and not take too much damage.
Of late, the Dogpound Fight Team is beginning to find its resurgence with a new wave of talent, which was on full display back in July at Fusion Fight League's Fights Under the Lights in Missoula. Budding athletes like Justin Harbison and Hudson Kettenring earned blistering first-round wins at the event as the two kicked off their amateur careers and became examples of what the Dogpound Fight Team has to offer.
It means the world to me, and I've told everyone, I don't want to go to a big gym and make it big out of a big gym. I want to make it big and put Montana on the map for Montana MMA and what it is. So that's what it means. Like, to be part of Dogpound is like, it's a family, and that's a big part of it.
Missoula native Dylan Schulte headlined the event and also won by first-round finish. While currently training out of Colorado, Schulte never forgets where his roots began as he won his 4th straight fight.
It means the world, man. I just want to see them succeed. I want to see them reach the top level, and when I reach the top level, it will come from Dogpound in Missoula.
Dogpound's story is emblematic of what small gyms go through. While the numbers are growing, they are still small, and finding the right training partners in certain weight classes can be challenging. Plus, the fighters don't have one central location to train, like some of the major gyms in the U.S. To make it work, they work out at Ridge Fitness, Zoo BJJ, and will even practice outside if the conditions warrant. Another example of their dedication to the sport.
I believe that toughness that's inherent in them from growing up in Montana translates over to heart. It's hard to break our athletes. You can put them in a bad situation for 9 straight minutes. In their head, I'm going to get you in the 10th. It's because they grew up without having everything handed to them.
I love this gym. I feel like with it being a smaller team, Everybody's a lot closer. You know everybody really well. You know your training partners, and even though it is small, I also have some of the best wrestlers in the state that are my size that I get to train with every day, so it's the best option.
Lauren Wolf and Jen Schmill are two of Dogpound's female fighters. Both are professionals and on the up and up, but with competition scarce in Montana, they turn to each other and their teammates for training as they continue on their MMA journeys.
I think it's super inspiring. I just went pro for my very first fight ever because they couldn't find me somebody as an amateur. So mine was kind of unexpected. To be in the tight-knit group of like the pro athletes has been super intense and challenging, and I thrive in challenge.
Dogpound's tight-knit, small team also showcases how MMA is far from an individual sport.
You know, commit yourself to that training room so you get back what you put in tenfold, because you got to think, it's like, it is a team sport. You're walking in there alone, but at the end of the day, you're choosing a team. You're choosing training partners, a coach, and that's an intimate and I think an important thing, and I feel like I made the perfect choice.
So, what's next for Dogpound? The team has likely found a centralized hub that they hope to move into in the coming months, which would help training become more convenient as they grow. Members like Josh Wright have had opportunities with larger organizations like Bellator, and other fighters on the team are well on their way to start breaking into MMA's larger promotions.
Well, these guys are basically family now. Once you join and stick around for a while, it kind of becomes a part of your life. I've been doing this for half my life. It basically is most of the things I do, and I'm thankful for everybody that comes around and helps me out, and I'm able to help them and see them succeed.
We're a tight-knit group. We care for each other. We hold each other accountable. And yeah, we all have a similar goal, and that's to be the best fighter, not the best martial artist, not the best kickboxer, not the best jiu-jitsu guy, to be the best fighter there is.
Reporting in Missoula, Kyle Hansen, MTN Sports.